time to make a quality video. This is my new book. I've brought out all my books this time, and we're gonna look at something. Teaching this here, right? And so I was thinking, so where were we? We had gone through all of this, and then at a certain point I'm like, geez, I mean, this is like, yeah, you know how you get my results? Just be me. And I thought, so this is kind of stupid in that way. What you need to do is you need to see here, okay? I have a daily schedule. There are activities in my day. I know that there's an energy inside of me that changes throughout the day. And when this energy changes, it is smart to do certain meditations. But you cannot be me. So what are you gonna do? Well, you're gonna be you, and you're just gonna understand the underlying principles, which is that I get up in the morning, right? And then I can remember my dream. So this is when I should remember my dream, because this is when it's gonna work. There's a problem though. You're also gonna have hypnopompic hallucinations. But you only get one dream. Once you start getting deep, you can actually get hypnopompic hallucinations whenever you want. And the problem here is ignorance. Yeah, so I wake up, there was just a fantastic dream, ignorance, it's gone, now it's gone. So I would really recommend dream journaling now, once you remember it, right? And so adenosine, leaves, you know, here you can do some morning sadhana. Here if you only have one practice and you get up early, it's time for gateway experience, but set an alarm clock, right? So either you stay awake, adenosine leaves, and then you can have coffee without the adenosine, and then you can have here you can squeeze in a little SAD lamp practice because you're trying to get awake, right? So why not just add the SAD lamp with the coffee, right? And then maybe afterwards you close your eyes. And if you can, you know, if you have like a blindfold, wear the blindfold, and maybe you can start seeing rainbow body. Sometimes this can help rainbow body. And if you have this, try to make patterns. I have videos about that. And then we want to clean our house. Yeah, you know, this not every day, and clean our house. Gateway tapes here, you know, you can do them here as well. You can do them here right after the ring check. So if some of you guys, you get up in the morning and then you immediately leave for work. Get up like half an hour, 1 hour earlier, and you can fit in these two every morning. And it's a little activity you can do every day. And you get gateway experience, super important. Dream recall, super important. And you get your coffee. And then you get clear light. And then you get rainbow body. And maybe even you get to clean up before you leave. So just 1 hour, right? Just 1 hour earlier, and maybe yeah, it's a little bit different here. This doesn't count anymore because I've changed it, but this is what I used to do. I used to go to the gym. So you go here, you go to the gym, and then I come home to power nap, and this used to be like a little treasure cave of things that would happen, and then I would suddenly get tons of energy. And then there would be dinner, there would be YouTube. Usually this is when the day is gone. And so we go to bed a little bit early and we meditate in the bed, right? And then you go through these stages and this all happens. But there's a problem with this. This here, because of this flash here and all of the distractions appearing, this here is not reliable. So my new goal is to sit on the floor, do some breath exercises, and then in one exhalation, immediately. Very difficult, but we have to try. Sometime around 1st of August, this happened to me. And it comes in like an invisible energy. And the chakras in the body are taken out and then cuts off these like balloons, almost like balloons with threads, right? And all of them were cut off except for higher heart chakra. Why? My explanation is that this one is something I made myself. It was a creative. It was a work of my own creativity. It's like, oh no, I can't. This one belongs to me, you know. So these are outer teachings. This was a inner teaching. Yeah? But I'm not going to reveal it to you because, you know, of course there's a thalamus gland and stuff like that. That's really not that important. What you need to understand is if it's borrowed, if it's outer teachings, it's taken away very easily. If it's made with creativity, then that creative energy is connected to the Shakti, because we have a goal. And the goal here was like lack of lucidity while dreaming, do not address the problem, change in lifestyle, dreaming lucid by default. And so we went through this. We went through these as a sort of intervention, like what is the right view? Well, look at a dream journal, look at the dream interpretations as AD lamps, and like the things I just view. This is the right view. This is seeing it from my first person perspective, and then right intention, you know, like think of it as building a castle on the clouds, and the right speech is like persona, it's your act, you know, and right livelihood, it's it's just harmony and stuff like that in the situation, and then right effort or a tailoring, and then right action. Here, what must be done? Where is time? So now we already know all this, and so we can ask these questions. So that's one of the changes I did here. And then into right mindfulness, 16 hours, the entire day, and then right concentration, which is where the rubber meets the road. Did I get the lucid dream? Did I get the lucid dream? And I wrote all about it here. Skillfully I did absorptions, yes, but I'm there and I can feel my body and all sorts of stuff. This is very ideal. We have rainbow body, and I'm talking about using clear light, using interactable objects. I've not talked about it, but you know, you see, maybe I can talk about it now. Talked a little bit about interactable objects. This is lungtsu. This is touching your own body while you meditate in the dark, and doing that helps you see it and helps you focus your eyes, and everything gets easier when you do that. I even slap it a little bit. It makes it much easier to feel your skin if you slap your skin. Be nice to yourself. Don't hurt yourself. But it's a tool, and it's called lung tsu. It's very easy and very intuitive. We can also talk about interactable objects, areas, yantra. To build these things inside of yourself is very important. So to be able to write or tell yourself creative stories about things and use your imagination. Imagine, right? You can imagine maybe you're just touching the bed sheets, but you use your imagination and you use the ability to shape clear light to use your imagination, and you start seeing it, seeing a rainbow body of someone else. And that's something, you know, what are you going to do? Hang out alone in the void for all of eternity? You need areas and you need significant others. But anyways, the issue is, okay, here's the issue. You do the rainbow body, and you start forming the rainbow body. And then looking at rainbow body and being aware of that, you enter trance, and so you see your body. But then you pull back out of trance and you see the rainbow body again, okay? And it's actually very difficult, I find, to get in here. So this is where we have to negotiate with, okay? This is what we need to negotiate with. Because if I could go from here into here easily, and it's not one of those things that, oh yeah, I can do it, but it's very hard and it takes very long. If I could just zip whenever I want, we would have solved many problems. My new book, the other one is finished. There are no more pages. And look how much cool stuff we got planned for you. Here's a yantra again. You know this one? Do you know this? Bicycle rider wears sombrero. And now I see it, right? The girl with a hat, silk straw, and dress with frills on the collar. Oh, you know, now you see it, right? And then we're talking. This is something cool I'm working on. I call it, I don't know, the perfect armor. Yeah, something. I'm gonna come up with a cool name. And then I'm working on the gateway experience here. You know, the focus 10 is where, as far as I've gone. You know, the energy conversion box, ooming, and you know, this energy, super important. In the middle here, coming together, creating a center straight in the middle of your center, right? Center of awareness. Here, of course, gateway, ocean surf. We're talking more about this. This, super important. I made a community post about it. I hope you guys have read it because it's super helpful. And it also gives me support from the Buddhist monks that they know what's going on. You know, there's this bhikkhu who made a video about this. I have also experienced this. We are two now that have experienced this. Maybe you can experience it as well. But here we're actually going through the gateway experience. The gateway experience starts with the head and it goes down into your legs and then goes up here, and then you start looking into the body's 10-point system. Many people do the gateway experience, number 10, focus 10, but they don't really take notes, and look, maybe that can help. I have track 3. This is something we're going to talk about. Visualization, inhale into lungs, into brain. This is super important breathing technique, by the way. Very important to visualize. I used to think 5 points. I now realize with practice that we actually need 6 points. So this one here is correct. This is what you need. This is what you need. Because you need legs, you need head, but especially we need the very fun place, the secret place, yeah. And here we've talked about energy in the morning. This ties back into the circle I showed you in the beginning of the video. But now it's like, here's nice for meditation, here is nice for meditation, this is a nice time for meditation here, and all of this actually very good place for meditation. This entire thing, this is the best part of right before going to bed, but you're not sleepy enough to sleep. Very good, very many hallucinations, very strong effects here. This, you see this in some Tanka art, some Tibetan paintings, and that is called leaving through the earring. So think about when I sing for the chakras, Lam Vam Ram Yam Tham Ham Sham, but even leave through the earring, and you're like, you like that. Yeah, maybe you've heard, maybe you know about something that creates this kind of effect too, and you know it works. Yeah, so that's something, but that's something, you don't need it. You don't need it. You can do it just with your mind. Yeah. Here again, I'm working on this. This is something cool. Still working here. We're gonna go through this, the gateway experience together, the Synth Wave. It's gonna be very cool, very nostalgic, and takes us back, you know, to that fantastic place. This is observing the process of energy conversion. So very bad energy, it's impossible. And it's like, oi mate, I'll give it a shot. You know, I converted it to good energy. Here, this one I posted. This is very important here. And this is also in Wave Track 5, which is exploring sleep. This kind of log in the water, rolling out and then float up like this. And you can use this if you have this. If you got one of these, if you got the diamond throne, the eternal, indestructible diamond throne, then you can do this and practice this. And practice this in bed, and maybe you can get lucky and get these results. And that's why I wanted you to check out that community post. And nobody has checked it out. People started to not check out community posts, so I posted the best and most secret teachings. Yeah. Me. Yeah. Place. SO, significant others. Yeah. So creativity, maybe writing or visualization exercise, places level 1. Nature, forest, park, beach, green hill zone, farm, mountain, island, think about that. Level 2, remote place, desert, hidden ruins, ship, underwater, secret tunnel. The adventure is continuing with me and my significant others in these cool places, And so we have the special, number 5, special place, Akashic Records. Everything we need. It's got everything we need in one place. And map editor room. Yeah, it's true. The highest place, you're alone. But that place is only high because it symbolizes all those times we're going to be together with someone and have fun. But in this place you have to be alone because your free will cannot be influenced by others. This has to come from you. And then it rains down like this and becomes these magnificent adventures that can go on forever if we have the creativity, if you have the creativity. So now you think about it like Muldara, I can dream, okay? And Swadhisthana is like I can somewhat program myself to dream a certain thing if I think about it enough, and then now let's make something cool using the power of our mind. That's Manipura, that's a state of value, right? What's the main issue though? This void must remember this collection, must remember, This is my void self, Atman, Anatman, don't think about those words. This void must remember this collection. Every night I go to sleep and I enter the void, and the void remembers this and I have a dream. Or the void, maybe just in the morning I wake up and then I am remembered. So this void must remember this collection. And we know it's real. We know it, the void is real, not because it being observed, but because of this coming back. We know it's real. And so how can this remember this? That's something we need to think about, the void self. Yeah. So solution 1, try to improve and get different sleep. Maybe then I will be remembered. Or solution number 2, sleep deprive until I get contact with my void. There's a third solution that they do in Peru involving a plant known as Toei. It's very dangerous and you need a lot of facilitation and you need someone to take care of you because it's very, it's very intoxicating. Here's a dream tonight, Vajra Yogini. This I dreamt tonight. Yeah, big boobs. What happened was I fell asleep and I had a dream, but when I woke up from that dream, I still had my eyes closed and I saw this. Yeah. And it was actually not this shape. It was just some of the leaves and petals were wrong. This triangle was a little bit out of place, but by controlling the clear light, I tried to make this kind of shape. And now, when that happened, my dream came back and I met many people and I met this big, large woman, 2 meters, 30 centimeter tall, big boobs. Yeah, I noticed that. And her skin was red. And then they did like acupuncture and they did like hammam, spa, massage. It was actually this first. Then it became dark, but I noticed that someone was sitting on top of me and it was like a hammam, Turkish hammam massage. And then we left the hammam room and we did acupuncture. And there's like, you need more naked yoga because in dreams, when you're in this state and I tell you to take your clothes off, you just get more clothes. So the naked body is not the default. The clothed body is the default. And you must actually make it a practice to remove your clothes if you want clothes. If you want to be able to have your body in a dream. So naked is actually not default. So that would explain. I mean, it kind of makes sense though, because when you see ghosts, they are wearing clothes, and so you ask, well, are their clothes also ghosts? It's like you become that. You take that shape. You need skill in removing. So this is something personal. This is my cat, and she's like, yeah, I want this. Can you please get me this? So it's like, okay, so let's try to get you this. And then gateway wave, wave 1 free flow. So when you're done with all the gateway 1 exercises and you know what they're about, you can actually just use the free flow tape and then at your own pace try to figure out focus 10, and then stick around here and train. Does this aid memory? If you do this, does that can help you sometimes? Does this add concentration, make it easier to visualize, make it easier to get a sense between here and this, because these drive your awareness with your touch. So our problem, right, is this: when we enter the void, it's like this has happened. And so this can only be achieved through practice, that we get this other half up here, this contact that allows us to be functioning. And this is kind of like a Vishuddhi Siddha, a perfection of the Vishuddhi that goes up here and then enters the Bindu, and that allows us to act. And it's very complicated. I'm going to try to make it easy, and then I'm going to try to explain. And then we have this levels of solving. So we are binding. We have a binding or reincarnation or incarnation, and a focus or lessening of the binding and entering into the trance, but while in focus. And then we have trance. And so it made what all we want to do. We want to collapse. We want to melt these things together. If we melt these things together, we can enter trance whenever we want in one exhalation. So just almost fainting. I'm using this sensation to just over here, but I'm bringing with me my entire body awareness and everything. So even if I enter, it's like entering a wake-induced lucid dream, but it's trance, and I was seated in meditation. So like whenever I want, instead of being stuck here, closing my eyes, immediately there. So that's what I'm working on, guys. So I know you guys asked questions. I just wanted you to know what I've been doing for these last days, and that I had to clean my room and get some shit done because it was nasty, and lots of good things. I'm gonna answer your comments, but right now I just wanted to get back in the game, so that's why I'm doing this video.